Many Haitians have lost absolutely everything, their loved ones, their homes, and lots of them want to leave the country. So when you come to embassies in the capital, Port-au-Prince, you can see that people are queuing. Now this is the French ambassador's residency. You can see there are hundreds of people queuing outside, and some of them have been here for 2 days now. Bonjour. Vous attendez depuis longtemps ici? Combien de temps?
Bon, ça fait environ une semaine.
Une semaine, vous attendez ici?
Oui, 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 oui.
This young man's actually been waiting for a week, hoping to get papers to go to France. Qu'est-ce que vous attendez en fait? Vous avez votre passeport français?
Non, je n'ai plus, je n'avais pas de passeport.
So he's showing me his birth certificate. Et vous êtes né en France?
En France, oui, oui.
And so he's actually born in France. Et vous espérez d'avoir le passeport pour aller en France?
Oui, oui, j'ai les trois.
And ce sont vos sœurs?
Oui.
Oui, toute la famille. He's here with all of his family and they're hoping that they're going to be able to get passports to go to France. Très bonne chance.
Okay, merci.
And a lot of them are waiting here, but they don't actually know if they're going to be able to go to France. Many of them don't have passports, but they're hoping that because they have birth certificates or because they have relatives there, that they're going to be able to get French passports. Bonjour. Bonjour, monsieur.
Bonjour.
Ça fait combien de temps que vous attendez ici?
Mis à du temps.
Comment?
Mis à du temps.
Beaucoup de temps?
Oui, oui.
Ouais. Et vous avez le passeport français?
Non, non, j'ai accompagné mon père là, qui est assis à côté de moi.
Ah, il a le passeport français?
Oui, oui, il a 2 passeports et 4 résidés haïtiens.
So this young man is he's accompanying his father who has il a le passeport français.
Oui,
who has
non,
a French.
Il a le passeport et haïtien.
He has a Haitian passport, but he's hoping that he's going to be able to get his father to France with him. Bonjour. Excuse me, sir. How long will these people have to wait in the queue?
On ne peut pas dire actuellement combien de temps va durer la situation. La priorité est donnée à l'évacuation des ressortissants français titulaires de passeports français vers la métropole.
So he doesn't know how long these people are going to have to wait. Some say they've been waiting a week, some a few days, some just a few hours, those have just arrived. Now, they're not going to have the opportunity to go to France unless they've already got a French passport. Now, there are some people who've lost their French passports in the rubble underneath their houses, and those people have to reapply and they'll have to wait 15 days. But if you didn't have a passport in the first place, then you've got absolutely no chance of going to France. And now we can cross to our senior correspondent, Melissa Bell, and she's going to be speaking to Carole Dromé from the French charity Médecins du Monde.
Thank you, Jessica. And as you were just saying in that report, of course, we have seen huge queues all over Port-au-Prince at the embassies, at the places where Haitians have to go to get the visa, to get a passport before they can even think about getting a visa. And that's partly because, of course, the humanitarian situation here in Port-au-Prince is still catastrophic 15 days after the disaster itself. I'm joined now, as you said, by Carole Dromé, who is Director of Operations for Médecins du Monde. Carole, part of the problem is that, of course, the journalists got here quite fast. Pictures travel all around the world with amazing speed these days. Aid does not.
Yeah, that's the time. That's the way we are living now. Everything is going fast. Communication is going fast, but goods are not going fast. So yeah, let's say that logistics is a real nightmare. And you are lucky and lucky, lucky and lucky. You never know what's going to happen next. For example, when I cannot speak about all the organization. I have no clue of their problems, but I can speak about our problems. So we sent a full charter first. We didn't have the authorization to land in Port-au-Prince, but we tried. And they said, no, you can't land. So we went to Santo Domingo. Can I land? No, you can't land. We went to another airport. No, you can't land. And at the end, we arrived in Puerto Plata. So unlucky not to be able to land in Port-au-Prince, but at the end lucky because at least we had the goods with us. We had the medical material. Then we enter in Port-au-Prince by the roads, and then we find a warehouse, but it's log-based house. So we put everything. We said, well, lucky, everything will be safe. And then the day after, when you want to get your medical supplies, it was almost impossible. So it takes again 2 days. So unlucky. Then lucky because everything was fixed and we had the right contact, the right person. And yesterday, again, all the boxes were upside down. Everybody I don't know, it was a big mess, and we couldn't get the goods on time. So it's a real nightmare. Yeah.
So it makes your job of trying logistically to get somewhere fast and efficiently almost impossible, because you have so many imponderables along the way. One of the difficulties that you touched upon there is, of course, having to work with the American military, who have taken control of the airport and indeed made it to run more efficiently than it had in the beginning. But that brings its own set of problems, and there have been there's been a bit of tension about who was allowed to land and who had to be deviated and so on.
Yes. Yeah, well, we never know. We know that we were not at the top priority, because rescue workers were at the top priority. That's what is quite normal. So you never know how it works. But what you try to do is to bring your medical supplies, because you have a team on the spot and they have no means to work. So that's a real problem. So now we decide to be completely autonomous. So we will have our own warehouse, and we'll forget about all the other things.
It's the easiest way to do it. And of course, we've mentioned there the airport, and in the beginning what seemed to happen is that the aid did seem to be arriving at the airport. What was really hard then was getting it out of the airport, and in particular to the camps, to the makeshift camps, in which still tens of thousands of Haitians continue to live. How have you found logistically that step?
Well, for us, as we enter through the roads, we put all the materials in log bays, but it's in the airport. But again, close to the airport, it's difficult to get the material. But I think it was harder for others. I met in one camp another organization. They were bringing tents for the displaced people, and they said, well, at the end, we are waiting for 5 days. At the end, we managed to get out of this airport, and they wait 5 days.
No, extraordinary complications on the ground. Thank you very much, Carole Domer, for talking us through some of them. Back to you, Jessica, at UN headquarters.
Thanks, Melissa. Well, the French have been donating a lot of money to the aid effort in Haiti, but they've not been as generous as they were for the tsunami in 2004. And French donations are actually now tapering off. Take a look at this report.
Devastation. Bodies lying in the streets. Hundreds of thousands of homeless people in need. Tear-jerking survival stories. Inundated with reports on the situation in Haiti, many French people pitched in the only way they could, by giving money. The 10 largest French NGOs are accepting donations by phone, check, and through the internet. To date, the largest NGO has collected over 18 million euros.
It's a large amount, but not so much considering the scale of the disaster. The Fondation de France is going to invest over the long term, because this disaster won't be tackled in the short term.
Another successful campaign involves 12 mobile phone operators. They set up a system whereby people donate €1 just by sending a text message to a specific number. In the first 2 days, operators collected 140,000 euros. Overall, users have sent more than 850,000 text messages. But not all calls for donations are legitimate. Experts warn against falling for a scam.
Don't give your credit card number to anyone. Only give to the websites of famous NGOs.
Since the earthquake, French individuals and businesses have given more than 40 million euros to NGO relief efforts.
Well, some individuals have been taking it upon themselves to raise money for people suffering here in Haiti. And one such person was a 7-year-old boy in London, and he managed to raise £65,000 by doing a bicycle ride around a park. So Charlie Simpson there in the UK doing his bit. And now back to the newsroom in Paris. Mary McCarthy has all the international news.